Tell them what you know. This song is for anybody that's going through something. Gray skies. You're looking a little dark in your life. Pray about it. Try about it. And now you're waiting for an answer. I just want to remind you how God brought you out before. That you're having some trouble. Father, send me. Make you strong. Make you strong. Yeah, it won't be long. Yeah. Tell them, y'all. Last time. I learned to trust him. How? Without seeing. And I'll start right now. I'll start right now because I know we're the end. What's going to happen? He's going to do it. Y'all sound a little good on this. Yeah, he promised to never leave. No, thank you. Here we go. Yeah. We got just a little bit more to say. Here we go. Somehow he uses some of the worst things. To make up the best. Weeping. Endures. Just for the night. For the light. Here we go. This way. It's time I learned. Tell them how y'all. Now I am learning to praise him without seeing. Might as well start right now. Start right now, cause I know we're here. Tell them what you know. He's never let you down. No. He's right now. There's no need to doubt him. He's already working. I hope y'all feeling this. We're just trying to encourage you. Because it won't be like this always. While you're waiting, stop complaining. He's working it out. So get to praise him. And you'll start to feel better. Tell him one more time, y'all. This ain't the first time. It won't be the last time. It won't be the last time. Each time I learn to trust him more. Now I am learning. I'm learning to praise him without seeing. I'll start right now. He's gonna do it again. For all my brothers and my sisters, my aunties and uncles, nieces and nephews, I'm just trying to remind you, he ain't forgot about you. No. His word says it. That he's able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you can ask or think. So you just need to start calling him by his name. That's it. Come on, Michelle.
This is your girl Jazzy. Yes, we got some flutters going on here and all of the things. But anyway, I want you to go ahead and hit the share button. We're going to talk about healing. And so I started out with Mr. Anthony Brown. He said, it ain't the first time, it ain't the last time. I want everybody that's listening out there, think about this. Name a time you know God healed you. Name a time you know God healed you. I know everybody out there, even from the youngest one to the oldest. See, everybody included in this one. So name a time that you know God healed you. Let's talk about physically first. Because all healing is not in here. Oh no, it ain't all just in there. It ain't all just in there. We're gonna finish up and then we're gonna flow into our next song. But go ahead and hit that share button. I had to do some adjustments because for some reason my music wasn't connected to the internet. So anyway, y'all will see me fooling around and sharing. Hey Bob, how you doing? I see some more people here. Y'all not talking, but there go Bob. All right, baby. So with that being said, make sure you share. And I'm gonna try to get restored over here and get my little stuff together while I'm playing the next song because the volume is better over here. So anyway, I'm gonna try to do that. Alrighty then. And let me just say, I'm gonna put this up there too. For some reason, StreamYard, we're gonna have to get some refunds back from y'all because y'all not doing right. Okay, anyway. That's the business at hand. That we do feed the homeless each month, and I had to put a reminder out there to let you all know. A lot of people don't know that we do that, but each month we feed people a love, make a donation. I put up my cash out. I'll put my Zelle up in just a moment. In fact, I'll put both of them up together. Little technical issues going on. I got a little distracted and didn't put both of them up there. So let's go on and finish this one out, and then I'm gonna flow on into the next song. How about that? I know y'all ready. I know y'all ready. Because I'm ready. Ready to spend this time with you. Yeah.
If he did it before, he can do it again. Just a closer walk with thee. You know, see it really rocking now. Just let it go. Well, sing it. Just a closer walk with thee. Planet Jesus, planet Jesus, if you take it away, just let it be. You know, I'm weak, but you know I am weak without a song. She does keep me from all wrong. And you know that I'll be satisfied alone. That's I just thought I'd put that one in. I thought.
Yeah, I thought I put that one in there. Y'all know what? Because that is my desire, just to have a closer walk with God. And I guess that's why every Sunday I like to spend this time with you, because how can, if we don't fellowship, and I think I learned a lot about this in during the during COVID. We learned about, and during the lockdown, we learned a lot about how we have to touch each other, not just physically touch each other because we couldn't, but touch each other on a spiritual level. And that's what we try to do here every Sunday so that we can share with you. And I talked about healing today. And I was sitting up and I always, like I say, be praying about what we should talk about. And, and I wanted to talk about healing because I think about 5, 6 years ago, I was on cane. And I remember the day because I remember how much pain I was in that day. And even leaning on the cane, I was hurt. And I'm thinking, walk, that not only can I walk, but I'm walking without pain. And, I tell this all the time. If you go on the Facebook and go to Love Cafe Radio, or if you go look and go to Cassandra, because if you're looking at YouTube, this is all you're seeing. And if you go on those names on Facebook, then it will allow you an opportunity to in my Spotify, but I don't know what's going on. I ain't letting it stop me, right. So anyway, but and I started thinking about us and how um, physical healing happens. It's one thing that I always say, now this is my belief, and nobody told me this. I know other people may believe the same way, some people may not. And if they don't, I'm not here to change anybody's, but to open up a perspective. I believe that those things that happen in the spiritual and the physical affect us. So I think a lot of times when we need some mental healing, our bodies react to that physically. And so it manifests itself in the physical. And I started out with do it again because one of the things I know, and I'd like y'all to share it, if you will, of a time you know that God healed you. Let's talk about the physical first. We'll talk about the physical, and, and then we're going to talk about when mentally share with us. And all I want to do is play my music. Why y'all want to play? I don't want to log out. Spotify playing. Internet playing. All right. Yeah. So anyway, but so I think that a lot of that goes into play. That when it, I think that our spiritual and mental sometimes has an effect on the physical ailments. I start asking Lord, what's going on with me here or spiritually? And it's amazing that I do the Love Cafe and I have a heart condition. And it's not amazing. I'm like, ooh, I'm so amazed. No, but it is that. And so those are some things that concern me. I don't know why we can't get my playlist. Child. Oh, it says a weather alert. Is the weather bad out there? That being said, I um I want to talk about being broken but being healed. How about Mr. Byron Case? This is what I hope happens each week that you come in. You don't go back the same. So you Okay, I'm gonna stop it because guess what? My internet over here came up. It says my Spotify is up. We're gonna see because the volume is better and everything. Hey, Lurleen, how you doing? If it is, then we'll start that back over. It seems like finally I had to reboot my whole computer and everything. It seemed like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I appreciate y'all being patient with me. One day I'm gonna get some top-notch equipment that's gonna do the same. There we go. There we go. There we go, y'all. So you enter into this building. You brought your burdens, but I have a message for you today. That when you leave here, won't be the same. So you tell me you've been to your position. Look at you, there's been no change in your condition. Reach out and touch the master's robe. There's healing for your mind, oh, your body and your soul. Yes, there is. Hallelujah. God can heal, and He can mend the broken. Oh, make it all. Oh, about your situation, but with every test and every trial, there is revelation that God is able. He's here to tell you. Oh, she'll set you free. Yes, He will. God, you promised me. Said He would. I can heal. Yes, He can. Oh, you deliver, Lord. You will win, Lord. What you got? Want you to you will. Yes, you will. Yes, Lord. So by the time that you leave this building, my prayer for everyone in here is that you'll have your healing.
For the good of them that love the Lord. Call according to his purpose. Thank you. I receive your healing.
That's one thing about a healing. We have to receive it. We have to notice it. You know, one of the things is we say God can heal, he can't deliver. Let me say this. When I say that I feel like your physical illness is connected to a spiritual or mental thing that God is trying to do in your life, I want to say that's for me. That's how I felt for me. I can tell, one of the things is when I hurt my back, I threw my back out. I was fixing to go and make some moves and decisions that I don't think God wanted me to make, but I wanted to move fast because I like to move fast sometimes. And when that was, and I told you I go to therapy, and my therapist told me, she said, be still for a minute. Is it just uncomfortable being still? You felt the pain. And so I wanted to move around. I wanted to stick and move, because I didn't want to feel the pain. And I started, when I was able to be still, I started looking and seeing this was not the first time that I had felt that kind of pain. And what had happened is, and I'll say as far as my legs, I couldn't move. I couldn't move forward because I was stuck in a place spiritually and physically when it came to my legs. And so I had to be still. But in those still moments, I had to move. Y'all gonna catch that in a minute. I knew for my legs to ever get repaired, I had to move them. So I got the little bands. They probably tease me about my bands. I talk about my bands like I didn't move forward. I didn't do any of that. I just started moving because I know movement continues to give life. But I had to be still in here. Y'all may have to hit the replay button on this because I am. But I knew that I could keep movement in my legs, but I had to be still and just really listen to. Because if I was going to have healing in my legs, I need to listen to what I needed to do. And I started spending 3 minutes small. The spine is not small. Beginning, y'all gonna get to see my legs. They're gonna be looking pretty cute. I said, give me about 2 months, and then I'm gonna take a picture. But and so I understand in the healing process, I had to learn to be. And the movement was to keep life. You know how they have physical therapists when somebody's injured, they do physical therapy and they'll move it, and the movement is pain. It is pain, honey. It is pain. And it can be a very painful thing as we heal. I'm gonna go and play another song, and then after I play it, I'm gonna come back and tell you what an example. I may have shared it with you before. What my therapist said that really got me to a point I'm thinking that makes a whole lot of sense. And so here we go, Mr. Donald Lawrence. How about that?
This is for everybody who's been restored. D. Lawrence coming in. Get up, come on, y'all. Let's sing this song. Got a story to tell. Yeah. Some things that I've been, but I'm here. Yo, I'm here. Oh, I'm here. I like that. And some ups and some downs. Oh, you only here. But I'm here. Right now, I stand before you. Oh, I'm here. I stand here. Oh, I'm here. Thank you, Lord. Shine some rain. Yeah. Heartache that's here. I'm here. Oh, I'm here. Oh, listen. God touched me. God, he delivered. He said, I'm sorry. Oh, whole again. You see, there's no change. Guess what? Yeah. Oh, set myself like free like me. Anybody lifted? Yeah. Yes. What? Oh, where the spirit is, there's liberty. They have some scars. I'm still here. But I'm still here. It's so much better. Yeah. I am here. I am here. I'm still here. But I'm still here. It's so much better. Let's take it out. Say that again, yo. Oh, I'm here. Anybody feel like me? I am here. I'm here. Circumstances. I'm still here. I'm still here. It's so bad. Many disappointments. I am here. We have some scars. I am here. Circumstances. I'm still here. I'm still here. It's so bad. Disappointments. I am here. Take it out this time. Oh, I believe it. You mean it, say it like you mean it, say it like you mean it. With his stripes. Oh, he died that we might be healed. Might be healed. From the inside. Some scars. I am here. That's Jonathan Nelson and Purpose. God bless you. I'm still here. It's so much better. That's right. I am here. Say that again. We have some scars. I am here. Circumstances. I'm still here. It's so much better.
Yeah, I know nobody goes through this life without having some type of affliction. We do. We all have some type of afflictions. And that was why I say, if you can think of a time that you've been healed from a physical affliction, Go on and share it out there. Somebody else may be going through the same thing that you're going through, and they need to hear that it is a possibility. Because when the doctor said it can't happen, and because somebody was able to share their testimony. So that's why I say, if you have a testimony when God healed you, then go ahead and share it. Whether it be from cancer, whether it be from fibromyalgia, because I've got the medicine. There's been about 3 months since I've taken. I think I've taken it once in 3 months, and but I don't have. I still sleep. I sleep good at night. I don't have the shooting pains at night. All of that. So I'm excited about that because I got some more petitions before him. And I'm not just trying to say he's a Santa Claus God, but like I said, if he did it before, again, okay. So I don't have to put limits on that. Yeah, I don't have to do that. So anyway, if you want to, y'all can share it. I would appreciate it. You share it because somebody else, and a lot of people, a lot of times people come back. I go back and look, and I'll have comments from last week's show. And so a lot of times when you're sharing it and you write it down, it may not be for somebody that's on right now, but somebody that went back and listened to the show. And somebody said, "Whoa, what is that song? I really like that song. I don't know which one it was because I didn't. They weren't there. But I will tell you this: you can go to my Spotify, Cassandra Stevens, and when you go to Spotify and you follow me, you can download my playlist. So if you remember the date of it, I tried to make sure I put the date on there. So, Friday night's playlist was off the chain. You can go download it, follow your girl Jazzy. I got a lot of playlists on there, a lot of good playlists. So anyway, healing not just for physical bodies. We're going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to mention again, in the book, Conceived in the Jungle, that Rhonda was sharing with us last week. Healing in a spiritual place and getting to understand mentally and knowing that when we do that healing process and we cleanse ourselves of a lot of unforgiveness, and when we how much physically better we feel. I tell people all the time, I say, this is one thing I can say. I don't have anyone in my rearview window that I just could not forgive and cannot forgive. And I'm grateful. Nobody, y'all. But I don't even have those. I could deal with some, but I really don't. And it's a good feeling when you don't have anybody in your rearview window that you can't forgive, that you can't let go. And you may not have done anything to them, but to be able to let go, no, don't mean the pain goes all the way away. No, it doesn't. I was talking to a friend a little bit earlier today. I said, when we get to know and understand people that they love at the capacity that they can, if that capacity, then that's okay. But if they are not loving to a capacity, you are settling if that is the case. And so, we can't blame nobody for settling but ourselves. Like an example, would you love me, God, and you don't love that person, and that means anybody. Well, when you say that, he says it's a lie. Because how can you love me, you who haven't seen? Can't love that person in front of you. And I'm going to tell you what's bad when there's someone who laid next to you at one time, who you were intimate with at one time. If it's a family member, a child that you birthed, or if it's your mother or your father that are the part of the real reason that you got here, you still got a lot of unforgiveness. It's going to be really kind of hard to say, I hated my mama, I hated my daddy, but I love the Lord. Because he said that's a lie. And until y'all forgiveness is not putting that person back in their place, I had to learn that I ride the slow bus on something. But it's not replacing a person back on in their place if there's still no repentance with it. Operating to their fullest capacity, and that is not enough for me. That's not enough for me. All right, wait a minute. Still got some fluttering. This is a new one, Mr. Mervyn Mayo. I played another song by him. God did it last week. This young man, I'm really liking his music, so I like to try to introduce y'all. I'm feeling things are looking better now. I'm slowly healing. But I made it over, and I'm healing. I'm healing. I can see the sun. Things are looking better, so much better. My storm is over now, and I'm healing. I believe it's all behind me now. I laid it at the altar, and I'm healing. Knocked down, and I almost lost my mind, but I got back up, and I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. I can see the sun peeking through the clouds, and things are looking better. My storm is over now. When I put my trust in Him, that's when He showed me the way. When I give it all to Him, He turned my heart. Don't make a days, and things are looking better, so much better. Things are gonna get better. They got to get better. My soul is now. Today I can testify. Lift my head and say, I'm healed. I'm healing. It's all over now. I'm healing. And I believe that your word says, all weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And Lord, I'm resting in the bosom of your tabernacle. Oh, we know this present time. Not worthy of that be compared to the glory that is to be revealed. Jesus, I've been suffering for a long time. I'm here. I declare, I decree, be alive. I'm healed.
healing, I'm healing, I'm healing. It's all over.
Now, as Mr. Mervin, ah, to know you are in that place. I know I'm blinking over here. I am so sorry. If y'all go to Facebook, you can see it better. There's something going on. Blinking over here. Everybody seeing me okay? I apologize. It's electronics. But I'm healing. Let me get back on subject. It's trying to get me distracted. Sometimes, let me say, I think the difference between healing and miracles, healing is a process. Yes. But a miracle can happen immediately. And healing can too. But I think healing is a process. And I was going to share with you all. My therapist told me I was talking about my heart, or we've talked about it. And I know the date that my divorce was final, I thought I was going to feel better. And I felt worse. It's like you've been having all these different treatments to heal your heart. Talked about my heart, which I have. I've had defibrillator and all that kind of stuff. They tried to put stents in I didn't need. But anyway, you've had all of these things done. And they work for a while and then they have surgery. Well, open heart surgery is a process of healing. And it's not like, you have a couple of weeks, couple of months with a defibrillator. Open heart surgery is a lengthy process. And one of the things you have to do is be still, even though they have you walk a little bit. I was saying a minute ago, be still and move. You still have some movement, but they need you to be still and heal. You can't start lifting anything heavy. You can't do anything that may pull the stitches out. You're not going to get out there and go run right after open heart surgery. You're not going to get out there and get to go lift no weights, not immediately after. So the healing process, and I don't know about you, but if I've had a time I had gout in my foot, they told me I had to wear the boot 9 weeks. Well, 7 weeks, my foot was feeling better. So guess what? I put on my white jacket and decided to take the boot off 4 more weeks just because. Like them children in Israel, what was it? A 7-day trip ended up being 40 years. Because we don't listen sometimes. We don't want to go through the process of healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. Okay, I got you some more. We're going to take y'all Mervin Mel.
There's a song I want to do right now that reminds me of my grandmother. And you've heard me tell the story how she prayed me through.
I don't know about y'all, but I be feeling my mama praying, my grandmother praying.
My grandmother, she told me, she said, there's a song I want you to learn. And when you come back to my church, I want you to sing it. If it had not been the Lord on my side, tell me where would I be? Where would I be? If it had not been for the Lord on my side, tell me where would I be? Where would I be? Because my enemies away, He let the sun shine through a cloud. Oh, and He wraps me in the cradle of His arms. When He knew my life is better, be, where would I be? Where would I be?
I tell you what, now that's my day. I know you right, Wanda. Where would I be? All the times he protected me, watched over me when I was having crazy and silly thoughts, and but we act like we don't do them. But I know. I think that sometimes we all have some crazy and silly thoughts, and people you be just sitting there smiling and saying, you know what? But if it had not been for the Lord, where would I be? If it had not been for the Lord on my side, where would I be? And I'm gonna tell you what, stuff me being able to walk, y'all, and me being able to sit here and exercise and not be in pain and look at my legs and see that they're gonna be all right. And you know what? It's so funny because growing up, one of the things I thought was my greatest asset were my legs, but it also ended up being my handicap. But God is faithful. If it had not been for him on my side, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't trade my relationship with God for anything. A lot of people say, well, healing is just something that you do. Well, it's something that he carried, and that means mentally and spiritually and emotionally. Here we go.
Give me her, give me faith, and I will trade it all for you. The song and give me hours, but it really wouldn't matter because I will trade it all for you. I trade, I trade, I trade it. I will trade it all for you. Yes, I would. I trade it. I trade. I will trade it all for you. Though I drive a fancy car, live in a nice home, those are material things. I would trade them all for you. You can give me money, cattle on 1,000 feet. You can give me the world, I would trade it all for you. I would trade, I would trade all for you. Silver and gold, I would trade. Riches untold, oh, I would trade it all. To the things that must bow to your nature. Whatever they give me, oh, for a moment with you, and this holy place, I'll lay, I'll stay. Oh, you me when I didn't love myself. I did.
Say that. I would say that. We say we'll trade it all. I'm a lead it right there. But I'm gonna look at the spirit. I'm gonna say now. With me saying that, I don't know what is going on with this internet. Is just spinning. It's kind of rubbing my nerve. But anyway, I'm gonna trade it. We say we'll trade it all. Wonder what we, or does it sound good to say it? That's what I'm saying about myself. When the show is finished and all that good stuff, you can look and say, what wouldn't I trade for this experience? What wouldn't I trade for this relationship, this connection that we have? What wouldn't I trade? We say you'll trade it all. Well, you know what? We're going to get up out of here. I'm trying to be on time and everything. I started about a minute late because we didn't have the internet going over here. But I love y'all. I want to let everyone know. And I want you to be healed. And so we're going to finish this instead of this testimony, because I asked y'all to share with me a time. Nobody didn't share with me a time that you know that God healed you physically, emotionally, or mentally, but type or whatever. But share that, because it's really not for the people who are on it right now. It may be for the people that come back and read through the comments, which they do because they go in and they'll make comment. And but that story he's changing our story, and I wanted to go out with this one, because if we're not healed right now, if we do move and be still and ask God for guidance, Lord, what do I need to get better in this area of my life? What do I need to get better to get my health better? And take steps. Because I'm like this, if I take a big plug off of it today, tomorrow I'm not going to do it anymore. But if we take little bitty steps, even if they're spiritually growing, little bitty steps, I'm going to spend 30 minutes in the morning in meditation with God, praying, and then maybe I'm going to spend 2 hours. I mean, you can a job. So, but the thing of it is at the beginning of the show, I played Broken by Him, and I hope you don't leave here the same. I hope that there's something that was said today that can help you in a healing in one area of your life or another. So anyway, I'm going to just claim it. He changing your story. He changing your story. I love y'all, and I see y'all Wednesday.
you to release your faith. I want you to pray. I think you said that God is changing your story. If you believe that He's changing your story, I want to release this. I know you can. But can we make this our sanctuary tonight? I want you to think about that thing. And I want you to look at somebody, as a matter of fact, grab the hand of the person you're standing next to and lift your hand in the air. That's it, lift your hand in the air. I don't know what the enemy has been using against you to keep you from being what God wants you to be. But I came to tell somebody that that's about to change. I speak to everything that's been holding you captive, and I command it to let you go, to let you go. Lift your voice and say, God is changing your life. God is changing your life. And He's releasing healing. He's releasing healing. God is changing. Lift your hands all over the room and say, this one. That thing that's been keeping you up at night won't be. Having just enough just to get by won't be. God came to pull you where you belong. Oh, yes, He did. God came to break you out of some stuff tonight. Oh, yes, He did. I don't care how long you've been down. He came to break you out tonight. Oh, He came to break you out tonight. Lift your hands over this room.